It's Sunday, it's a new week of reading vlog. This week I'm going to be doing a vlog where I read this one's favourites. I'll talk to you more about that tomorrow when we get to Ashes, but I wanted to show you this because I forgot on Friday and Saturday. But I got the Roger. It's actually a battle droid from Phantom Menace, but yeah. We are heading to the 6th sing-along.
If you couldn't tell by the crowns.
So, yeah. Hello, it's Monday. I was about to say it's a new vlog, but no, because I started the vlog yesterday. It's Monday and I do actually have reading updates. So this week, because I'm at Ash's and it's Ash's birthday on Saturday, I thought I would make this week the week where I read books for Ash. So I am going to read Feed by Margaret Grant.
I love it.
Because I originally wasn't going to read this.
Valid.
Because I originally thought it was a zombie book. And then Chloe from Chloe Reads Books read it and was like, oh no, it's not a zombie book. It's just loads of politics.
It's a political thriller in a post-apocalyptic zombie world.
It put me off of the book because I wanted a zombie book. But hearing how Ash has spoken about the book has made me more intrigued about it.
Because I say it's a it's a political thriller based in a post-apocalyptic world. Yeah. But it's based around the uprise of bloggers who tell the news. So instead of having it as news anchors, you have bloggers, because when the news broke that there were zombies, everyone in the news was like, no, it's not real, it's not real. And then the bloggers were the only ones going, this is what's real. And it kind of shows like it's a really interesting introspective information about internet politics and things like that. And I love it for that.
And I feel like going into it knowing that, I'm more likely to enjoy it rather than how it's been marketed as a zombie book. I'm going into it knowing it's not a zombie book.
There is a short story that I need to read, which is the zombie apocalypse starting at Comic-Con.
I'm going to need to read that.
I need to read that because it's something...
That's what I want.
It's something like The Rise of the Brown Coats, because obviously it's a Firefly reference.
Speaking of, if anyone has any actual zombie books, I've read Wranglestone. I need to read the sequel. I really enjoyed that. Preferably adult, but it can be YA. I just want zombie books, actual zombie books, because whilst this sounds great, I also do want zombie books. There isn't Walking Dead. I gave up on the TV show. I'm not reading the comics. Not happening. Anyway, back to this. This was one of your favourite books last year. Serpent and Wings of Night. No, let me try that again. I missed out some words. The Serpent and the Wings of Night. That's the actual title.
It's so good.
I'm really excited for this.
Meg really liked it as well, so...
I am so excited. So, I'm looking forward to that. This is the one I'm actually most excited for. It's The Nine Lives of Lucian.
It's a Critical Role book.
Just point out that it's Critical Role. And because I'm on campaign 2, even better. Would this be spoilery if I hadn't already known? Right, so because I know everything that happens in campaign 2, I can read this at any point, which is why I'm reading it now. If you haven't watched campaign 2 and don't want spoilers for campaign 2, don't read this. Don't read this. Whereas Kith and Kin, you don't really have to have read because it takes place before.
This is pre-campaign, so this starts pre-campaign, but then it goes through the entire campaign, so it's very spoilery.
I am incredibly excited to read this.
Oh my god, that's horrible. Ooh. And amazing. Sorry.
The end papers. That's amazing. I love that. But yeah, so I actually have the paperback of this, but I wasn't bringing it all the way to Ash's when she was offering me this. Plus, you have the audiobook for this one.
Audiobook, and it's a full cast audiobook.
I have the audiobook for this one. I've got the audiobook from the library, and the hold came in, so I've got that. The next one is one that you haven't actually read, but it's an author we've both enjoyed before, and we're buddy reading it. It's The Fiancé Fast. This is actually my copy because we're buddy reading it.
It's gay.
So we both need the book.
It's gay.
It is. It's gay, so yeah. And then the final one is one that you haven't read, but the first book in this trilogy.
And the second one.
No, but the first book is the reason you got into
romance.
Yeah. So I'm reading Final Offer. This is the one I've started with. The audiobook is on Spotify, but I'm really annoyed because you only get 15 hours a month free with Spotify, and this audiobook is 15 hours and 58 minutes. It's great. So the last little section I'm going to have to read, like, just physically, but I am 163 pages in, and I am enjoying it, but look up the triggers for this, because I don't know if it actually has.
Probably not. I don't.
No, it doesn't have the triggers in here, which sucks a little bit. I think it should.
No.
I like Lauren Asher a little bit more. She binges old episodes of Parks and Rec. I love Parks and Rec. If you haven't watched Parks and Rec, treat yourself. That's where it came from. But yeah.
And she's reading this before me because triggers.
A specific trigger, and I'm giving her a heads up on the triggers.
And I knew it was going to be quite heavy on it, which is why I've been putting it off. So like, thank you very much for taking one for the team.
But it is very, very heavy on the trigger.
I thought it would be.
It's very, very relevant to the entire story, not just flashbacks. So.
Oh no.
Yeah, but there's also something that isn't mentioned in the blurb, which was a really fun thing.
Is this the bit that I'd read?
I think so. I
I'd assumed.
It started before. But yeah, I'm enjoying this so far. I really like Alana. And I love the Iris is in this. That's not a spoiler. It's a series of books. So.
And it's brothers. So.
It's brothers. And I love Iris. Also, his cat. His cat is in it. So far, not a lot, but I always love it when there's a cat or a dog. Because this is me. So yeah, I've started this one. Enjoying it so far, but it's a bit tough at times for someone who that isn't a trigger for.
Oh no.
So.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I'm enjoying it. So.
That's good.
I'm excited to finish this. I think I could probably finish this tomorrow.
That's good.
Because we have no plans other than going for a walk tomorrow. So I'm really excited for my walks this week because I get a change of scenery. My walks are usually the park down the road from me. But this week, we get to go along the seafront.
We could even go to a different seafront if we wanted to.
Could.
I could take you to like a different area.
Let's get all the poker stops on Pokemon Go.
Cool, it's actually yours, it's fine.
So yeah, this is my reading plans for the week. I hope I can get through them all. I have audiobooks for all of them other than, I think, Fiancé Fast. But it's a fairly short romance. Writing's not the biggest, but not the smallest. It's fine. So yeah. That's my reading plans for the week. I'm going to try and vlog and keep you updated, but I always struggle to keep vlogs updated when I'm here because I just forget.
I distract.
We will literally not move from this spot all day other than to make food, and I will still forget to vlog.
I'm going to have a big breakfast tomorrow.
Yes. But yeah, so... And I've brought, the only books I actually brought with me was this one and Otherworldly, because I need to start Otherworldly on Monday because I'm starting free buddy reads next Monday. But Otherworldly I don't have an audiobook for, and I'm buddy reading it with Jem. So I'm going to read that on the train home.
I was trying to figure out which buddy reads, but I know.
Traitor's Blade with Kelly.
And then it's the...
And then To Cage of God, which I'm actually dreading To Cage of God because I too start Seven Devils. And To Cage of God, I don't think I've seen any good reviews. A lot of people have been DNFing it and saying it's boring.
It looks pretty though.
It does look pretty.
It looks pretty.
It looks so pretty.
It's so pretty.
Like, there's a dragon in a rib cage.
It's so pretty.
But, yeah, we'll see. Right? I'm terrified though. But that's next week. We're not talking about that this week. Those end papers are gorgeous. I forgot how pretty they were. Anyway, it's late. We've had a long day because we spent it travelling in the car, where we passed not one, not two, but 3 log trucks.
Do.
I've seen Final Destination. Absolutely not.
Sorry.
No. So we very quickly passed them. Well, passed them as quick as we could anyway.
At one point I was like kind of drifting into one lane. She was like, no.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, nope. Don't do it. Because we would have ended up behind. That was the first one. I was like, absolutely not. That is not a thing we're doing. But yeah. My throat hurts a little bit from how much we were singing in the car.
Mine does, but that's because I've been at rehearsal.
That's fair. You did extra singing.
I did extra singing.
But yeah, we're going to go. And I'll catch up with you tomorrow where hopefully I can tell you I have finished this. I'm predicting this could be a 4-star. I don't think I'm going to like this one as much as Terms and Conditions because I absolutely loved that book.
I don't think I'm going to love this book.
Yeah, I actually don't think I'm going to like it as much as I liked Fine Print either.
No.
But also, why does it need to be that thick? No romance needs to be a book this big.
I mean, if it's trauma dumping.
We're going to pretend that I never said that if Ali Hazelwood ever brings out a romance book this big, because that doesn't count. Speaking of Ali Hazelwood, I have been saying with my whole heart for years, I don't do sports romances. Icebreaker was an exception. Well, guess who's doing a sports romance next year? Ali Hazelwood.
Potentially.
Thanks. I've seen multiple people telling me now I think it is legit.
It is on...
To be fair, Not in Love went on to Goodreads before she announced it. I'm gonna have to read a sports romance. Yay!
It's a swimmer though, so that's different.
I don't think it matters what sport it is. Although I'm just glad it's not F1. Because don't get me wrong, I love that so many people love F1, but I'm just so sick of it, and I don't even watch it. Also, I've seen Final Destination 4, where there's a whole car race bit. Absolutely not.
We're back to Final Destination.
We're not going to talk about my love for roller coasters. That doesn't count. I loved roller coasters before Final Destination. Anyway, I've been talking for nearly 13 minutes, so we're going to go now, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Tuesday, and we are doing my walk, and we've come onto the beach. And we found some cute little like sea glass and stones. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. Hello, it's Wednesday. I did not vlog yesterday because I wanted to finish Final Offer yesterday and it didn't happen. But I finished it today. And it was a 4-star. I thought this was going to be my least favourite of the 3. But it's actually the same as Terms and Conditions. So the fine print is like a slightly lower 4-star than Final Offer and Terms and Conditions. I think it's just because like something the male main character did in it just didn't give me the ick. It just annoyed me a bit too much. But I like him in the other 2 books more. So that's probably why they get a higher rating, because I like him more in them. But I really enjoyed this. Check out the trigger warnings if you're going to read this. Because there's also a mention of something in the epilogue as well, which could be triggering to some people. It's not to me. It won't be to you. But it's something that could be triggering. And it's literally a line. But please check out the triggers. But for May the TBR be with you, because it was actually on my own TBR. It was Naboo, Anakin, read a romance. And then on Vampire Diaries, readathon, this was Rebecca Michelson, read a romance. I was
shocking.
That was an easy one to double up on. I don't know which one to start next. I'm thinking either Feed or Nine Eyes of Lucian. I haven't decided which one. I might just have to like roll a dice and be like, if it's odds, it's this one. If it's even, it's this one. The adventure begins. But yeah, I don't know if I'll give you another update today, but I am going to read more today because I am not as far along on this vlog as I would have liked to be because it's Wednesday. And I've got 3 more books to read plus our buddy read book.
And we're out on Friday.
We are out on Friday and part of Saturday. Oops.
Barbecue.
It's fine. It's fine. So yeah.
I have to go now.
Yes, she has to go. And I have to read more.
At least I can't distract.
We haven't been distracting today.
No, I've been reading.
We have both been sat here in these spots, but more comfy. Just both reading our books.
Went to sleep with an eye.
We did.
Got talked to about a dress a lot.
We did. And scarves or shawls.
Shawls, scarves, boleros or boleros as Milana calls them.
So yeah.
Not really.
Might update you later, might not. It is the same day.
I'm in different clothes.
I'm in the same clothes. I did decide to give you another update. I started Feed. I decided to go with Feed. It was between Feed and Nine Eyes of Lucian because I wanted to break up the fantasy/romance. No, just romance. I just wanted to break up the romance. So I picked up this. I'm about third. That's about a third. I'm about a third into it. I'm really enjoying this. I have said many a time, when I first originally wanted to read this, it was because I thought it was a zombie book, and then Chloe from Chloe Reads Books read it and was like, it's not a zombie book. So it put me off because I didn't want a book about politics. I wanted a book about zombies. But then someone, don't know who, started talking about how much she loved this book and actually going into like more detail, not spoilery detail obviously, but more detail about what this book actually is. And I feel like if you're going to go into this book, go into it knowing this takes place 20 years after the apocalypse, and people have like learnt to
live with, they coexist with zombies.
Yeah, zombies are there, they're still a threat.
It's to put a really bad way of looking, not a bad way of looking at it, but like a kind of messed up way of looking at it, it's kind of like living with COVID.
Yeah.
It's kind of like living with COVID.
Which is funny in a not ha-ha way because this came out in 2010, literally 10 years before. But this is like basically bloggers are the media, like the, what's the word?
Sure, do you want me to?
Bloggers are the like...
news.
The way people get their news. And this is following like a presidential campaign. So there is a lot of politics talk.
It's very it's a political thriller in a post-apocalyptic world.
You're not going to get a lot of actual zombies in this, but within this section, there has been one zombie thing, and it was great.
And you get zombies at the start.
Yeah, the whole opening
is great.
Scene is great. But yeah. So this is really good. I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'm very glad about that. I'm probably going to read a bit more tonight. Probably not much more, but I'm going to see if I can finish this tomorrow. So yeah, very happy.
I'm very happy.
You're adorable.
Right. So this book, I love, and I know a lot of other people don't love it, and I understand why people don't love it, and I totally appreciate that. However, it is one of my favourite books. I read this when I was, like, I think it was 2011 that I read it, so I read it, like, really shortly after it came out. And I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to say much about why I enjoy it because it is spoilery. But I went into it knowing it was about bloggers, and I was really interested in that. And I think that it's really, really interesting in a world now where we do consume so much of our media online, it's really interesting that a book in 2010, when that type of media was only just coming out, it's really interesting to read it from like a perspective of someone who is in very much like, if I see news, it's mostly online. If I read news, it's mostly online. Like, I don't buy newspapers, I don't do like print. And then it's also interesting because it has like a lot of aspects of influencer culture, but before influencer culture was a thing.
Yeah.
So like, it's talking about a lot of things. Like, you have a character who has essentially an OnlyFans. She, not a main character. It's like it's just a passing comment, but as well. On my reread, I said it's very, very interesting to read it, understanding more as a 30-odd-year-old woman, being able to kind of see all of the influences and see everything that's gone into it, and also from someone in a post-COVID world, it's really interesting to see the level of procedures that had to be put in, like safety procedures. Because there's a lot of things like this, because they test quite frequently to make sure they don't have the zombie plague, and that reminds me very much of when we were deep in COVID.
Even a year after COVID, like when my dad had his heart attack and I was going to the hospital, like you had to like be doing tests. You had to basically sign a thing to like say that you've tested and like you've not got any symptoms, or and you tested negative. And then when you was on the ward, you had to literally, you weren't allowed, you would get a mask when you, like a new mask when you walked into the hospital. By the time you got up to that ward, you had to change your mask again. Like, it was insane. And that was a year after COVID started.
And I feel as if like, it's so interesting for someone who had no idea what we were going to have. And Myra Grant, I can talk about this book all day, but Myra Grant specifically went to the CDC before she wrote this book, and she wanted to find out how to make scientifically accurate zombies.
The science behind how this virus comes about is so clever.
And it's not a perfect book, that it's very info dumpy.
I can see that, because obviously I've read Middle Game, and whilst it's a different name, it's the same person, and that can get quite scientific and info dumpy.
I think that specifically under Myra Grant, she writes very, very science heavy stuff. So you've got her chimology, I can't remember how you pronounce that, but that is the parasite one. Which is just a pill. Like the front of it looks like a blister pack. And then you have Into the Drowning Deep, which is obviously scientifically accurate mermaids, which amazing. Loved that book. But I do think like a lot of people go into it assuming that it is a zombie book, and it's just marketed really, really badly.
It doesn't mention anywhere on the blurb about the whole politics and the following a presidential campaign, and that was what put me off of it initially, because I wanted to go into this for a zombie book. Zombies are like my favourite apocalypse thing.
I love zombie films.
You know what it is? The thought of like us, and like COVID is an example, the thought of like an apocalypse from like a virus is terrifying. Because it can happen easily. And I'm not saying zombies wouldn't happen, but it doesn't feel like it could happen.
It's also really, really funny because I feel as if like it has been said multiple times after COVID happened. It's really funny because if zombies did happen, we know that the general public would not survive because they wouldn't follow rules.
Yeah, COVID just proved that people just don't care. Like,
but this book, if you go into it thinking you want something about that is political, that is about online culture specifically, because your only reputable source for news is bloggers, because they were the ones who ran onto the internet and said this is what's happening, which let's be real, that's what most people do now. I mean, look at some of the political things going on at the moment and how much it's said on like the telly compared to if you
there is
scroll on
a
TikTok.
lot of things that like media just don't want to talk about,
and
or if they do talk about it, they're very one-sided with it. Whereas on media, you get everything.
And what I like
on social media,
what I like about this is you have your different aspects of blogging. So you have the ones who just tell the stories. You have the one, and then you have like a subsection of the ones who do like, this is the story and this is my opinion on it. And then you've got the ones who just do the dumb shit. So they're the jackass type people. And then you've got the ones who are the fanfic writers.
I would be that person.
I would be that person.
But yeah, this is a really long clip. Just talking about one book. So
I'm not sorry.
I want to read some more of this. So I'll check in with you tomorrow when I've probably finished it. It's Thursday. Is it Thursday yet? My hair is like so wild today because I've done nothing with it. I'm gonna wash it while you're out because it needs washing. I finished feed. I sobbed at the bit she thought I would sob at.
I will say you did not cry as much as I did, which tells you how much I cry at it.
That was very fair because I cried a lot. It was a 5-star. I really enjoyed this. I don't really have much more to say non-spoilery than what I said yesterday. But like, it was so cleverly done. And like, the thrillery aspect of it was just...
When you go into it expecting a political thriller, it's really good.
Yeah.
I do totally understand why people going into it thinking that it is a zombie book don't like it.
And the thing is, even though it's not technically a zombie book, there are zombie attacks in it.
They're just few and far between.
Yeah. They're not like
There's
a
like
main part of the book.
3 or 4-ish?
Yeah, I think so.
So
yeah, it was really good. So for May the Tea Be Happy With You, this was my Tatooine, which was Joa Reader Scavenge book. This is double scavenged because this physical copy is this one's and the audiobook was from the library, so scavenge book. And then on Vampire Diaries Readathon, this was for Matt Donovan. Read a book with human main characters.
I'd say they're human.
That was easy enough. So yeah.
I'm so glad that she liked it because I totally understand why people don't like it.
Yeah.
And
especially if they're going into it thinking it's something it's not.
Yeah, and I think like it's one of those ones that if you go into it assuming it's one thing and find out it's not, you can totally be upset by a book. And yeah, and also I know that it's very info dumpy. It's quite heavy in like the sense of science and politics.
Yeah.
So I understand why people don't like it in that sense.
I do think I would have found it harder to get into if I didn't have both the physical and audio. So having both definitely helped. But I'm actually feeling a bit more positive about this week's reading now that I've done 2 of the bigger ones. The next one I'm going to read is Serpent and the Wings of Night. It's all the way over there at the moment. But I'm going to get the audiobook ready because I've got it on my Audible.
I'm so excited to read this one.
And while this one's out tonight, I'm going to start it once I sorted this out. Because this is a mess. And we're leaving the house tomorrow. So yeah. I don't know if I'll update you again tonight. We'll see how much of the book I get read and how I feel. If I feel like updating you again. But yeah. Yay. Another book done. It's the same day, just later.
We're both wearing different clothes.
We are. And my hair is like a bit of a mess because a different mess though, because it's drying. But I read some of Serpent and the Wings of Night while this one was out. I am almost halfway through. I read like this much. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know what to say without spoiling anything. But the start was really intriguing and I want to double check. It does mention the trials. The trials start quite early in this book, and I really like that because I feel like, even though this isn't a one book series, I want the most from the trials. And I like it when fantasy books just get straight in there and just get stuck in. Because I'm like, yes, you can have breaks in between each trial, that's fine. Because, you know, we need some filler in between trials. But I want the trials almost straight away. So I was happy with that. Because, yeah, it's vampires. So, yeah.
It's really interesting in vampires as well. And it's not just, what I loved about this book was the fact that it wasn't your basic horse, like, human vampire, oh my god. It has, like, I'm making a joke here, it has bite to it. And I think the high fantasy with vampires is really, really interesting. And
yeah. Because a lot of the time we get vampires in, like, our world.
Which is fine and great, but sometimes it's not the vibe you want to have.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a vampire book, especially when it's set in New Orleans, but, like, in our current time. But, yeah, it's nice to have something different for a change.
And it's really different.
I mean, to be fair, my favourite vampire books are the Crave books, which are set in... Is it Alaska? Yeah, it's Alaska. I'm sure it's Alaska. Somewhere in America that starts with A. I'm sure it's Alaska. But yeah, and they're set in, like, modern day. And they're, like, my favourite. But also it's refreshing to see something not. But yeah, I don't have any non-spoilery thoughts.
I'm so glad that people enjoy this.
I did say to Ash before we started filming that of the books I'm reading this week, currently Feed is in the lead. This is a close second, I think. However, when I read Nine Resolution, that's going to probably take the top spot. I'm going to be shocked if that's not the favourite of the week because it's Critical Role.
I will say though, that's really good so far. If Final, because you gave Final Offer a 4-star as well.
That was a 4-star, so I've had a 4-star and a 5-star. This, as it stands, I'm predicting it's going to be either a high 4 or a low 5. I don't think it's going to be a favourite book ever. However, it's looking to be like at least a high 4, which is a win for me. And then Nine Resolution is going to be a 5-star. Fiance Fast will be the letdown one probably, because Alexandria Bellefleur is on thin ice with me right now, and I'm still a little bit bitter about Can't You Lucky Stars. But also, that's not technically part of this vlog. Yes, I'm including it, but just because we're buddy reading it.
Which we've not started yet. Exactly.
So that might not even get read in this vlog.
Yeah, but we need to kind of read something because you've got like 1 million buddy reads next week.
I have 3 buddy reads next week. What's the 4th one?
I mean, if you want to juggle 4 books, go ahead. I don't
like the number 4, so let's not. Maybe not. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so I am going to finish this one tomorrow, and then actually, I probably won't get to finish this tomorrow because we're quite busy tomorrow.
Yeah, we're
out during the day.
We're out from 10:30, and then we come back and we have to get ready to go out on the night.
And then won't be reading when we get back.
And obviously we could go to the after show drinks, but we don't need to do that.
But even if we don't. But yeah, so I'm actually not sure if I will get anything read tomorrow.
We'll get some stuff done on Saturday.
Yes. So this will probably be a Saturday one, and then Nine Resolution I can easily read that Sunday. That can easily be get read Sunday. Get read?
Get read.
Does that make sense? It can easily get read Sunday because I'm not going home till Monday. So if I have to extend this vlog to Sunday, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, so that's my update. I don't know if I'll update you tomorrow. Probably won't. So I'll probably talk to you on Saturday. Hello, it is Saturday. It's his son's birthday today, so happy birthday. We have had, did I vlog yesterday? No, I didn't, did I? Did I? No. I don't think I vlogged yesterday.
No,
basically we went into Newcastle. I bought Funko. I bought Professor Hyang because £4 down from £8. This is the droid that is voiced by David Tennant.
Was not the droid you were looking. Sorry. This
droid is in Clone Wars for a couple of episodes, and then is in quite a lot of season 1 of Ahsoka. So this droid is amazing. I love him. So yeah, I got that.
We also got mac and cheese.
Oh my god, it was good mac and cheese, but still not as good as your mac and cheese.
It was very, very good mac and cheese. It was.
And I got to meet this one's friend, Riley. And I got to see Laura again, who's the one who did my You Meet at 6'2".
And my 8'2".
So that was yesterday, and then I went to watch your show on the final night of the show. Concert, not show.
Yeah, it's a show, either way.
And then today we went for a barbecue at your family's.
Yeah. I got attacked by a dog.
The cutest little dog.
And by attacked, I mean I was playing with her and I fucked around and I found out.
And like it literally, like she just nips because she's that small.
She's a puppy and she's got baby teeth.
Yeah.
And so she does not know that biting
so
is bad.
She's so small. She's tiny. But yeah, and then we got back, watched the new episode of Doctor Who, which was a sad one. Like, thanks, Moffat. And then I finished Serpent and the Wings of Night. High 4-star, which is what I predicted it would be. I did really enjoy it. There was like a few reveals I wasn't expecting. I really like Rain, and I feel like you're not supposed to, but also the whole kind of has a point. But yeah, really enjoyed this. I don't know when I'll get to the second one because technically it's not out yet, is it? So I don't know when I'll get to the second one, but I will be reading the second one. So that's this. So for May the TBR be with you, this was my Mandalore prompt, which is Dinjarin, a hardback book. And for Vampire Diaries was Caroline Forbes, read a book with a strong female character.
She's so strong.
She is. So yeah, that's another 2 crossed off the list. Like another 2 prompts. Tomorrow, Fiance Fast isn't happening this week. Would like to start it tomorrow. Whether that happens is another matter. But I'm gonna try and do the whole of Nine Resolution tomorrow because we have no plans until like 3ish. Yeah, Nine Resolution is quite a small book, so shouldn't take long anyway. And we haven't got many plans tomorrow. So yeah, that is. I'm not wrapping up the vlog today because I want to finish Nine Resolution in this vlog. So I will catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it's Sunday. I'm going to give you an actual update soon because I have started Nine Resolution, but we are on my walk and that is the sound of the sea. We can't go onto the actual beach today because
it's literally there.
It is fully tied in at the moment. So yeah, we're just walking along the promenade. I'm not a seaside girly. I don't know this lingo.
Or the prom. You can just call it the prom.
But yeah, I'll give you an update on Nine Resolution when I have finished it. Hello, it's much later. It's like almost 9 p.m. Jesus, it's almost 9 p.m. I have just finished Nine Resolution. This was a 5-star. I was saying to Ash, I feel like I should have waited and read this after I've actually watched up to a certain part in the campaign, because whilst a lot of this, I'd say over half, takes place before the campaign.
It goes through the entire campaign. The entirety of it.
So I feel like I should have waited, because I do think it would have been a higher 5-star than it was. It was still a really high 5-star, but I know it's not my highest 5-star this month. Like, already, this is not my favourite book of the month, which I was expecting it would be.
I do get why, though.
Yeah. But I did really enjoy it, and we got to see Jester, and Jester's my favourite. So for May the TBR Be With You, this was my Tatooine Phoenix Shand mood read. Literally, I just picked a random book that was on my other TBR. And then for Vampire Diaries Readathon, this was Damon Salvatore. Read a book that gets you excited. It's Critical Role. We all know I get excited about Critical Role. So yeah, I am doing so well with my TBR this month.
Nice for some.
I don't know how, considering how much I've gone off of TBR this month. I've read a lot that wasn't on my TBR. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still have 6 books that are on my TBR. 3, 4 are buddy reads.
Oh yeah, because we have not started Fiancé Fast.
Yes.
Oh dear.
So Fiancé Fast will be in the next vlog. But I think this was a very successful vlog for your birthday week, because that was 2 4-stars and 2 5-stars. So I'm going to take that as a win.
Okay, so now I need to know which was the highest. Was it still
It was Feed. Feed is my highest 5-star of the month so far. So spoiler, it's probably going to be my favourite book of the month, because on the books I've got left, A Court of Mist and Fury won't count for that, because
reread.
It's a reread and I don't count that towards my favourite book of the month. Magic Study, as much as I enjoyed Poison Study, I don't think it's going to be a higher 5-star. To Cage of God, I have no faith in whatsoever at this point. Otherworldly...
Otherworldly's probably going to hit it.
Otherworldly is most
gonna
likely going to be 10s across the board.
Yeah.
Traitor's Blade will probably be a 4 5-star. So I don't anticipate that doing it. And Fiancé Fast, I don't think that will do it either. So as it stands, it is Feed until I read Otherworldly.
That's your copy.
It is my copy. I need to remember to put that back in my bag. But yeah, I'm still saying that is a win for this week's reading for your birthday.
Yay.
I'm very happy with
I'm
that.
trying to think out of those ones. So we've not read that.
You've not read Final Offer yet.
Out of those, I think that one, then that one, and that one.
So mine's gone a slightly different order.
Yeah, so I think that this would, out of them, I would say Feed is definitely my highest, because I reread that. Something the Wings of Night is definitely next, because I think that, like, obviously that's going to be something that I'm going to come back to again and again and again. And then Nine Eyes Evolution. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed this book, but I think that, like, it's a bit, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just that there is something missing from that book. I love it because it's Critical Role, but I feel like if I had it as a book normally, I don't know if I'd love it as much.
That's very fair. But yeah, mine has gone Feed as my favourite, Nine Eyes Illusion second, then Serpent and the Wings of Night, and then Final Offer. Actually, I don't know what got higher, Final Offer or Serpent and the Wings of Night, because they were both 4 stars. Let's see what the difference was between those two. Serpent and the Wings of Night was higher. Final Offer scraped a 4-star. Well, a 4.5 star. So it's on the lower end of, like, well, mid-range 4. Whereas Serpent and the Wings of Night was a high 4. So that's still really good, though. Anything above a 3 is great for me. A 3 is just, it was okay.
I've read it and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, no, it was okay.
No, yeah.
A 2 is, I absolutely hated this book. It should have been a DNF. But yeah, that is the end of the vlog. I'm going to wrap this up now because I need to edit it, ready for tomorrow. But I'm glad you had a good birthday week. I'm glad I was here.
Yeah. I don't want you to go tomorrow.
I'm going to make sure I do a vlog clip in the morning so that she's in next week's vlog. But I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.